723.850. Over 700 ounces in 1 week. That's nuts. Imagine for a moment you are in the middle of the forest. There is soil, mud, and the sound of heavy machines all around, and then suddenly something comes out of the ground which surprises everyone. We are talking about Parker Schnabel's excavation, which not only brought out gold but also created a stir in the history of gold rush.
Which not only brought out gold, but also created a stir in the history of gold rush.
But the story does not end here. The real game begins from when Parker himself does not believe what he has found. There was something there which did not just shine with gold.
When Parker himself does not believe what he has found,
or is there an old mining site behind it which someone had kept hidden for years?
It seemed like a
suddenly slow down.
Was this just a normal hall, or is there an old mining site behind it which someone had kept hidden for
Parker
years?
himself says in front of the camera,
I've
never seen anything like this before. So, is this just gold, or is there something else buried under the rubble?
Is
this hall a part of some old treasure, or is it the first part of some big conspiracy? What is going to be seen next in the video is so shocking that you will not be able to believe your eyes. So watch the video completely quickly, and if you are interested in such mysterious and real discoveries, then do not forget to subscribe to the channel, because the real story begins now.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Is it real?
So is this just gold,
said in
or
front
is there
of the
something
camera
else
that
buried
this time
under
the
the rubble?
hall was
Is
more
this
than
hall a part of some
700?
old treasure,
Everyone
or
was
is it the
stunned.
first part of some
Such a big discovery
conspiracy?
had never happened
What is going to
before,
be
and
seen
people
next in the
started
video
asking
is
on
so
social
shocking
media,
that you will
is
not
this
be able
true
to
or just a
believe
drama
your
for the show?
eyes.
But Parker's team's
So watch the
recording
video
system
completely
and scale
quickly,
process
and if you
is
are
no
interested
joke.
in such
The team has a
mysterious and
professional
real
digital
discoveries,
scale with which the
then do
weight
not
of each
forget to
nugget is
subscribe to the
weighed.
channel,
As soon as the
because the
machine
real
showed the
story
final number,
begins now.
700, the whole team
700
remained
Oz
silent
gold.
for a few
Is it real?
seconds. Parker
When
himself
Parker
said,
Schnabel said
I
in
have
front
never
of the
seen
camera that
anything
this
like
time
this
the
before.
hall was more
Now,
than
the
700
weight was
ounces.
correct, but
Everyone
was that gold rig
stunned.
testing was
Such a
also
big
done
discovery
for this.
had
Some
never happened
samples were
before, and
processed
people
to see
started
what is the
asking on
purity
social
of gold
media,
in it.
is this
The
true
result came
or just a
85 to
drama for the
90%
show?
pure gold.
But Parker's team's
that is not
recording
only
system
heavy
and
but
scale
also
process
very
is
valuable. And if we talk about the price, according to the gold market rate of that day,
now the weight was
this
correct,
haul of Parker
but was
is
that
worth
gold
about
real?
1,500,000
Testing was also done for this. Some samples
that is
were
more than
processed
ours,
to see what is the purity of gold
Imagine
in
one
it.
day of
The result
digging and so
came
much gold.
85
but here
to
a question
90%
rises.
pure
Is all
gold.
this normal
That
gold, or is there a
not
hidden
only
treasure
heavy,
behind it?
but also
Has Parker
very
found a vein
valuable.
that no one has been able to find
And if we
till
talk about
now?
the price,
This is where the
according
real
to the
game
gold
begins.
market rate
On
of
hearing
that
the
day,
name of Parker
this hall
Schnabel,
of
every
Parker
fan of
is
gold
worth
rush
about
thinks of one thing: hard work,
$1,500,000.
dedication,
0
and
cents
great
dollars.
results. But
i.e.
what Parker has
more
found
than
this time is going to break all the
12 crores.
records so far.
Imagine
a haul of
one day of
700
digging
ounces of gold.
and so much
Just
gold.
think how heavy
But
and
here a
valuable
question
that stuff
arises.
would be.
Is all this
Every
normal
time Parker
gold,
has
or is there a
excavated,
hidden
he has
treasure
found
behind
something
it? Has
or the
Parker
other.
found a vein
Sometimes
that no one has
200
been able to
ounces,
find till now?
sometimes 400,
This is where the
but
real
700.
game begins.
This level is
On
something
hearing
else
the name of
altogether.
Parker Schnabel,
If we look
every
at
fan of
Parker's
Gold
previous
Rush thinks of
seasons,
one
the
thing:
most gold he
hard
had
work,
found was in
dedication,
season
and great
9.
results.
About 7,000 ounces
if we look
in
at
the
Parker's
entire
previous
season,
seasons,
but that was the
the most
total
gold
of a
he had
few
found
months.
was in
This
season
time
9,
finding
about
700 from
7,000
just
ounces in
one
the
site,
entire
that too
season.
in such
But
a
that
short
was the
time,
total
shows
of a
that there
few
was
months.
something special
This
down
time,
there.
finding
Maybe a thick
700
vein of
ounces
gold
from
or
just
some
one
old place
site,
where mining
that too
had
in
taken
such a
place
short
before.
time,
Parker
shows that there
himself
was
says
something
on camera,
special.
I've never seen
Down
this
that
much
Parker has
gold
found
come
this
out
time
so
is
fast.
going to
There
break
was
all the
excitement in
records
his
so
eyes
far.
and a little
A haul
fear
of
too, because when
700
everything
ounces of
seems
gold.
so perfect,
Just
then a
think how
person
heavy and
starts
valuable
doubting
that
whether
stuff would
something
be.
is wrong.
Every
Now
time
talking
Parker
about
has
the team,
excavated,
when the
he
nuggets
has found
started
something
coming
or the
out
other.
one by
Sometimes
one,
200
everyone
ounces,
was initially
sometimes 400,
overjoyed.
but
Some people
700,
were
this
seen
level
giving
is
high
something
fives
else
in the
altogether.
camera. Someone even
Maybe
got
a
the
thick
machine
vein of
turned
gold,
off so
or
that
some
Parker
old
could come and
place
see it
where
himself.
mining had taken
But there were
place
some
before.
senior members
Parker
like Mitch
himself
and
says on
Brennan,
camera,
on whose faces there
"I've
was
never
not
seen
just
this much gold
happiness
come
but
out
also
so
a
fast."
slight worry, as if they
There
could
was
not
excitement
believe
in
how
his
this
eyes,
could happen.
and a little
When
fear
Parker
too,
picked up the nugget
because
for
when
the
everything
first time,
seems so
he just
perfect,
looked at it for
then
a
a
while
person
and then
starts
kept
doubting
looking
whether
down as if he was
Parker's
thinking about
discovery
something.
this time
And at the
was
same time,
completely
he
different.
said a line which
The
the
team has
fans of the
named
show
it
are repeating
the Shock
again
Hall.
and again.
So if Parker has mined more than 25,000 ounces of gold in his career so far, then these 700 ounces will be remembered more for their quality and mystery
some of the nuggets
than their
were
quantity.
shining differently.
The
texture
repeating
or the
again
way
and
they were
again.
buried in the
Guys,
soil did not
this
seem
ain't
normal.
just gold.
Someone joked
Something's
that this
off.
might be an ancient cache.
That is, Parker
but
also
did not
felt
take
something
it lightly.
different
He
with that
immediately
gold.
marked that place and
Some
said
team
that
members
more
also
digging will be
noticed that
done
some of the
below
nuggets
it.
were
Now the
shining
question
differently.
arises:
The texture
has
or the
Parker
way
really
they
made
were
the biggest
buried in the
discovery
soil
till
did
date,
not
or is
seem
this the
normal.
beginning of some other
Someone
big
joked,
mystery? In fact, when even a person like Parker has a
Something is
little doubt
wrong.
about his discovery,
talking about
then
the team,
understand that
when
the
the
matter is
nuggets
big,
started
and this is
coming
the
out
thing that
one by
attracts the
one,
audience. When a
everyone was
professional who
initially
has been
overjoyed.
extracting
Some
gold
people
for
were seen
years
giving
also
high
says
fives in the
that
camera.
something's not right
Someone even
here,
got the
and it was
machine
not
turned
just
off so that
gold.
Parker
The
could come and
ground,
see it
those
himself.
vibes, those
But there were
strange
some
sounds
senior
that came while
members,
digging
like Mitch
all
and
together.
Brennan, on
Parker's
whose faces
discovery
there was
this
not just
time was
happiness, but
completely
also a
different.
slight
The
worry,
team has named it the
as if
shock
they could not
hall.
believe
So,
how this could
if
happen.
Parker has mined more than
When Parker picked up the
25,000
nugget for
ounces
the
of
first
gold in
time,
his career
he
so
just
far,
looked at it for
then
a while,
these 700
and then kept
ounces will
looking
be
down,
remembered more for
as
their
if he
quality
was
and mystery
thinking
than
about
their
something.
quantity. Parker's
And at the
discovery
same
does
time,
not seem
he
to
said
be
a
just a
line
part
which
of
the
the
fans
show.
of the
It is
that this
hiding
might be
something
an
big in real
ancient
life
cache.
too. And those who
But
think
Parker
that
did
it
not
was
take
just
it lightly.
gold,
He
they may get a
immediately
big
marked
shock
that
in the
place
future,
and
because
said that more
according to
digging
Parker,
will be done
this is
below
just
it.
the beginning.
Now the question arises,
excavation
has Parker
initially
really made the
seemed like
biggest
a normal
discovery till
job,
date?
just
Or
another
is this
place,
the beginning of
another
some
dig,
other big
and
mystery?
maybe a few ounces
In fact,
of gold.
when even a
But as
person
the
like
machines
Parker
went
has a
into
little
the
doubt
ground
about
and
his
one after
discovery,
another,
then
shiny nuggets
understand that the
started
matter is
coming
big.
out.
And this
Parker's
is the
team
thing that attracts
realized
the
that
audience.
there was something
When a
different
professional
here,
who
but
has been
it wasn't
extracting
just
gold
the amount
for
of
years
gold,
also
but the
says
things
that
that were
something's
found
not
with
right
it
here.
that surprised
And it was not
everyone.
just gold.
When Parker
The
dug up the
ground,
old files
those
of that area,
vibes, those
an
strange
interesting
sounds
thing
that
came
came
to
while
light.
digging,
Some
all
miners had
together.
come
Parker's
to that
discovery
place in the
does not seem to be just a part of the show.
There was a mention of
It is
this in the
hiding
records
something
of some
big
local
in real
historical
life, too.
society. But
And
there was
those who
no
think that it was
concrete
just
proof.
gold,
Parker
they
suspected
may
that
get a
perhaps
big
this
shock
was
in
the
the
same
future.
place where an
Because
old
according to
mining group
Parker,
had come to
this is
extract
just the
gold and
beginning.
perhaps left
Parker
something
Schnabel's
behind.
excavation
There were
initially
faint
seemed
marks
like
on
a
some
normal
old
job,
maps
just
which pointed towards this site. Parker showed these maps to an expert of the team and he said, "This is the same
had come
zone
to
where a
extract
team
gold
named
and
Lost Creek
perhaps left
Mining
something
Company was
behind.
working in 1896.
There were faint marks on some old
Now,
maps
things
which
got
pointed
even
towards
more
this
interesting. As the
Parker
digging
showed
went
these
deeper,
maps to an
Parker's
expert of the
team
team,
started finding
and he
some
said,
strange
"This is
things
the
along
same
with
zone
gold.
where a
At
team
one
named
place, they
Lost
found
Creek
something
Mining
like an
Company
iron plate
was
on which
working
there
in
were some strange
1896.
markings. It
Now
did
for
not
another
look like a
place, another
language
dig,
nor a part of a
and maybe
normal
a few
mining
ounces
tool.
of gold.
It looked more
But
like
as the
some
machines
secret
went into the
marking.
ground and
Not
one
only
after
this,
another
at a little
shiny
distance,
nuggets started
some
coming
pieces
out,
resembling old
Parker's
weapons
team
were
realized
also
that
found
there was
which had
something
rust on
different
them.
here.
But the shape was
But it wasn't
completely
just the
different.
amount of
When
gold,
Parker
but
picked
the
up those
things that were
pieces,
found with
he
it that
himself was
surprised
shocked.
everyone.
The team considered it
When
to be a
things
sign
got
of
even
an
more
old hidden
interesting,
mining site.
as the
And
digging
then the
went
most
deeper,
shocking scene
Parker's
happened
team
when they
started
found a
finding
wooden
some
crate-like
strange
thing which
things,
was broken
along
and in it
with
was some
gold.
metal coin-like
At
things.
one place they found
did
something
not
like
look
an iron
gold,
plate,
but they
on which
also
there
had
were some
deep
strange
markings like a seal or the mark
It
of
did
an
not
old
look
king.
like a
Parker
language,
himself
nor a
said
part
on
of a
camera,
normal mining
"Guys,
tool.
this doesn't
It looked
feel
more
like a
and then
normal
the
mine.
most
It
shocking
looks like
scene
an old
happened
hidden
when
thing
they
as
found
if
a
someone
wooden
has buried it
crate-like
deliberately."
thing,
And this
which was
line took
broken,
this entire
and in it were
excavation
some
into a
metal
world of
coin-like
suspense.
things.
Now some
They
people
did
of
not
the
look
team
like
also
gold,
started
but they
thinking
also
that
had some
is this
deep
place
markings,
the site
like
of
a
some
seal
hidden
or
treasure?
the mark of
Had
an
someone
old king.
come here before
Parker
and had hidden
himself
the
said
gold
on
and gone
camera,
away? Maybe
"Guys,
it is some
this
Spanish
doesn't feel like a
treasure or
normal
the
mine, some
unfinished
secret
work of some
marking.
lost mining
Not
group.
only this,
There is also
at
a
a little
theory
distance,
that maybe some group
pieces
had
resembling
found gold
old
in that
weapons
era,
were
but due
also
to
found,
weather,
which had rust on
landslide
them,
or some
but
other
the
reason they
shape
could
was
not
completely
extract it
different.
completely in
When
the
Parker
place
picked up those
buried.
pieces,
Now
he
Parker is
himself
bringing
was
out the
shocked.
same buried
The
wealth
team
again.
considered it to
The
be a
structure
sign
of the nuggets
of an
that the team has
hidden
extracted
mining
so far
site.
is also different
Dug
from
up the
other
old
sites.
files of
A
that
special
area,
kind
an
of
interesting
oil is
thing
stuck to
came
them
to
which
light.
is usually
Some
found in
miners
deep
had
old
come to that
layers.
place in
It
the
is clear excavations have been
1800s.
done here before,
There was a
but
mention
a long
of this
time
in the
ago.
records of some
Now
local
Parker
historical
and his team
society,
are getting this
but there
site
was no
completely
concrete
scanned.
proof.
Everything from
Parker
metal detectors
suspected
to
that
ground
perhaps this
radar
was
has
the
been
same
installed.
place
Parker
where an
has
old
clearly
mining
said,
group,
if
and
this
it looks
is
like an
treasure,
old
then
hidden
I will
thing, as if
find
someone
it.
has
So is
buried it
this an old
deliberately.
mining
And
site
this
or
line
the
took this
secret place
entire
of some
excavation
forgotten
into a
treasure?
world of
The answer
suspense.
to this has not been
Now, some
found
people
yet,
of the
but
team
one
also
thing
started
is certain.
thinking that,
Parker
is
Schnabel
this
has not
place
just
the
extracted
site
gold.
of some hidden
He has
treasure?
created a new
Had
mystery
someone
in
come
the
here
world of
before
gold
and
rush,
had
and
hidden the
whatever
gold
comes
and
out
gone away?
next It may become the biggest discovery till date, and this is the reason why this excavation has now become not just a gold haul, but a treasure mystery. When Parker Schnabel dug up 700 ounces of gold, everyone was focused on it, but Parker was not just looking at gold.
Now Parker is bringing out the same buried wealth again.
And this is where a twist started, which made the whole team
was not just looking at gold.
When the machine started digging deeper, not only gold nuggets were found there, but some strange stones and metal pieces also started coming out.
Actually, when the machine started digging deeper, not only gold nuggets were found there, but some strange stones. The picture of the nuggets that the team has extracted so far is also different from other sites.
Metals that attract
a special kind of soil is stuck to them, which is usually found in deep old layers. It is clear excavations have been done here before, but a long time ago.
Something's different down here.
That is, something is different. Everything from metal detectors to ground radar has been installed.
Some showed metallic veins, which are usually found in an active ore zone, but they were rusted, and in some places there were burn marks. It looked as if an old mining operation had stopped here long ago. And then comes the real twist.
Parker Schnabel has not just extracted gold.
Coin-like objects,
he has created a new mystery in the world of Gold Rush. And whatever comes out
all of these were buried very deep
the biggest
in the soil.
discovery
Some
till
markings
date.
looked like they could be of French or Spanish origin.
This excavation
the team also
has now
found a ceramic fragment with some strange symbol-like markings. Now,
when Parker Schnabel dug up 700 ounces of gold,
the theory
and
that
metal
this place
pieces
could be
also
an ancient or secret mining
At
site.
first glance,
Some
these rocks look normal,
believe that French and Spanish miners came to Canada and Alaska in the 1700s.
The team was shocked.
And sometimes they used such
now
secluded
gold
sites
and metals
to mine
that attract
for gold.
magnets are not
One of
usually
the
found
team
together.
members even
Parker
said,
understood
what if
that
this is
place
not
was
just
very
a mine,
special.
but a deposit site for something bigger? That is, was this a place to store gold? Some conspiracy lovers even named it directly hidden Templar gold because the symbols found there and the design on the metal plate was somewhat similar to the symbols of those old Knights Templar. Now, this has not been completely proven, but the way things came out, they were definitely giving the vibe of an old secret society. Parker also feels that this site may not be just a mineral zone, but a historic deposit site. He said, I have done a lot of excavations, but this is the first time I feel that I am touching some history. The team has now started ground radar, electromagnetic scans, and deeper soil testing so that it can be found out what else is hidden below. And with all the things that have been found so far, it seems that Parker's excavation is not over yet.
Now Parker and some of his team started exploring the theory that this place could be an ancient or secret mining site.
Could be
Some historians believe that French and Spanish miners came to Canada and Alaska in the 1700s, and sometimes they used such secluded sites to mine for gold.
Watch a new episode of Gold
One of the
Rush
team
and
members
see
even
Parker
said,
picking up gold.
what if this is
Remember,
not just a mine,
gold,
but
there's
a
a story
deposit
buried
site
for
for something
centuries
bigger?
and maybe a treasure
That
that
is,
the world had forgotten.
was this a
Now,
place to
the
store
question
gold?
is, will Parker
Some
find
conspiracy
anything
lovers
else,
even
or
named
has he
it
touched
directly
something that
hidden
should have
Templar
stayed
gold,
hidden? The
because
answer
the
is
symbols
still
found
underground,
there and the design on the metal plate were somewhat similar to the symbols of those old Knights Templar. Now this has not been completely proven, but the way things came out, they were definitely giving the vibe of an old secret society. Parker also feels that this site may not be just a mineral zone, but a historic deposit site. He said, I have done a lot of excavations, but this is the first time I feel that I am touching some history. The team has now started ground radar, electromagnetic scans, and deeper soil testing there so that it can be found out what else is hidden below. And with all the things that have been found so far, it seems that Parker's excavation is not over yet, it's just beginning. Some experts believe that if this was a French-Spanish mining operation, then the site could be hundreds of years old. And if that turns out to be true, Parker Schnabel has not only found gold, but also a forgotten piece of history. So the next time you watch a new episode of Gold Rush and see Parker picking up gold, remember, there's not just gold, there's a story buried for centuries, and maybe a treasure that the world had had forgotten.
But Parker's feelings
now
were
the question
saying
is,
something else.
will Parker
he
find
felt
anything
that this
else?
place was
Or has he
hiding
touched
something and
something
perhaps
that should
did not
have
want to
stayed
let
hidden?
itself be dug.
The answer is
Incidents
still
of tech
underground,
failure at the
and
site
the
also
excavation
started
continued.
increasing. Drones suddenly
When Parker
started
Schnabel's
falling.
team began
GPS
digging at the new
signal
site,
would disappear
everything
and the
seemed
camera
normal at
recording
first.
started
Heavy
glitching
machines were
repeatedly.
running, mud
Parker
was being
himself
removed,
said,
and
"I have never
gradually
seen such
glittering nuggets of
interference in
gold
all
were being
these
revealed."
years." Now Parker
But
started
as the
worrying.
digging reached
Is this
deeper,
place safe?
things
The
started to
safety of the
get
team
weird.
was of utmost
It
importance.
seemed like this
But
site
at the same
was
time,
more than just a
the
normal
gold and other
excavation.
strange things coming out of the
The
site
first
were not
problem
letting
was the
him
machines
stop.
suddenly
Only one
stopped.
question was
No
going
alarms,
around
no
in
mechanical
Parker's mind.
failures,
Am I
just
disturbing
machines shutting
something
down,
that should remain
as if
hidden?
someone had
And then
stopped
one
them.
night, something
Not once,
happened
this
that
happened
shook
3
everyone.
times
One
in a row.
night, Parker was
Then,
alone
one day,
on the site
the
checking
hydraulic
some papers.
system of the
Suddenly,
drilling machine
he heard
failed,
strange
even though it had
sounds
been
from
serviced
the
just a few
excavation
days
zone,
ago.
like someone
tech team
scratching
was
the
shocked.
ground from below,
When
or a
Parker
very
was
slow
told all
buzzing
this,
whistle
his
sound.
first thought was,
He called the camera
"Is there
team,
water down
but
there?"
by the time
And
they
yes,
arrived,
the
the
very
sounds
next day,
had stopped.
water started
Some
leaking.
people from the team
Suddenly,
said that this
wet
could
mud
be due
and
to
water
underground
started coming
water
out of the
flow.
ground.
But Parker's
That water
face
was also not
saying
normal.
something else.
It had a
He
strange
said,
smell
"We are not
and a
just
light
mining
gray
here.
color."
We are touching
Some
an
people
old
joked,
secret."
this
After
could be
this,
water from
Parker
an ancient
decided
tunnel,
now he will have to go
and the trouble
inside the
did not
tunnel
end here.
himself. He took
2 members
two
of the
people
team
with him,
suddenly fell
wore
ill.
helmets,
One had a high
lights,
fever,
and
and
safety
the other had
gear,
something like
and
a skin
started
allergy.
digging inside.
Some attributed
the tunnel
it to
was
the
very
weather,
narrow, and
but
as soon
Parker's
as he went
feelings were
inside,
saying something
the
else.
atmosphere became
He
very
felt that
cold,
this place was
while the
hiding
weather
something,
outside was hot.
and perhaps did
Things
not
like
want to
gold
let
markings
itself
were
be
seen
dug.
on the walls of the tunnel.
Incidents of
Some
tech failure at the
symbols,
site
some
also started
scratches,
increasing,
and some burn
drones
marks.
suddenly started
Parker
falling,
touched the wall at one
GPS signal
place
would
and said,
disappear,
"Something
and
has
the camera
happened here,"
recording
and
started
it was not
glitching
just
repeatedly.
mining. It was now
Parker
clear
himself
that this
said,
digging was no
"I have
longer
never
just
seen
to search
such
for gold.
interference in
It
all
was
these
pointing
years."
towards some
Now
unseen
Parker started
power,
worrying.
hidden
Is
history,
this place
or
safe?
perhaps some
The safety of the
ancient
team
warning.
was of
Parker
utmost
Schnabel had
importance, but at the
started
same
digging for
time,
gold.
the gold
But
and other
now he
strange
himself
things
is
coming
stuck
out of
in
the
the
site
middle
were
of a
not letting him
mystery. And the
stop.
question is
Only
not
one
only how
question
much
was going
gold
around
is there
in
below,
Parker's mind.
but also whether
Am I
it is right to
disturbing
tamper
something
with this
that
site
should remain
because the
hidden?
problems that were
And then
coming
one
every
night,
day seemed to
something
be a
happened
sign
that
of
shook
some old
everyone.
anger. And
One night,
Parker is
Parker
now
was
getting
alone on the
closer to
site,
that mystery
checking
where
some
there are
papers.
more questions
Suddenly,
hidden
he
than
heard
answers.
strange sounds from the
Extracting
excavation
700
zone,
ounces of gold
like someone
can be the
scratching
biggest
the ground
victory
from
of life
below,
for anyone,
or a very
but for
slow,
Parker
buzzing
Schnabel,
whistle
this
sound.
was not just a
He called the
victory,
camera
it was a
team,
door,
but by the time
a
they
path
arrived,
that is
the
probably
sounds
going
had
to
stopped.
take him to the biggest
Some
secret
people
of
from the
history.
team said that
Now,
this could be
the
due
biggest
to
question
underground
is
water
what
flow,
next? Will
but Parker's
Parker
face
just
was
stop
saying
here?
something else.
Absolutely
He
not.
said,
Parker
"We are
himself
not
has
just
said that
mining."
this digging is not over, but the real game has just begun. He clearly said in his team meeting, "We're going deeper. There's something down there. That means now digging will go deeper." Actually,
After this,
Parker is
Parker
sure that the
decided
gold
now
that has
he will
been
have to go
found is the
inside the
tip of the
tunnel
big system.
himself.
Just like
He
the
took two
first
people
water
with
comes
him,
out of
wore
a
helmets,
pipeline.
lights, and
Similarly,
safety gear,
this
and it was
hall
hot.
may be the beginning of a
Things
hidden
like
vein,
old markings
an
were seen on the
ancient
walls
chamber,
of the tunnel,
or an old
some
mining
symbols,
tunnel.
some scratches, and
experts
some
also
burn
believe
marks.
this. They have tested
Parker
samples
touched the
from
wall at
Parker's
one place
site, and the
and
report
said,
says that
"Something
the
has
soil
happened
has
here," and it
unusual
was not
magnetic
just
activity
mining.
as well as
It was
some
now
chemical
clear that
elements
this
that are
digging was
usually
no
only
longer
found in
just a
old
search for
mining
gold.
sites. That
It was
means
pointing
something
towards
is
some
definitely
unseen
hidden
power,
underneath.
hidden
Now,
history,
there is
or
another
perhaps some
story going
ancient
on
warning.
here. Is it just gold, or is there
Parker
some other
Schnabel
story
had
hidden
started digging
behind
for
it?
gold,
Seeing the
but now
symbols,
he
old
himself is
tools,
stuck in the
and
middle
metal
of a
plates
mystery with
found
this
by
site,
Parker's team.
because
Many
the problems that were
historians and
coming every
conspiracy
day
researchers are
seemed to be
saying
a
that this
sign of
place
some
cannot be a
old
normal
anger,
gold vein.
and Parker
Some
is
even
now
say
getting
that this
closer
place
to
is
that
related
mystery,
to the Templars
where
or
there
some
are more
ancient group
questions
who
hidden
used to
than
hide treasure
answers.
hundreds of years ago.
Extracting
There is
700
also a
ounces
theory
of
that
gold
Spanish
can be the
miners
biggest
once hid
victory
the
of
treasure
life for
here and
anyone.
could not return.
But for Parker
And now
Schnabel,
Parker is
this was
searching
not
for the
just a
same
victory.
buried treasure.
It
If
was
this
a door,
turns out
a
to be
path
true,
that is
then this
probably
search
going
for
to
Gold
take
Rush
him
will not
to the
remain
biggest
just a matter matter of a TV show. It will make international headlines. But the biggest question for Parker now is he ready for this?
Absolutely
because
not.
the deeper he
Parker
is going,
himself has
the more
said
the
that
risk
this digging
increases,
is not
the
over,
soil layers
but the
are
real
getting
game
weaker,
has just
the water
begun.
leakage is
He clearly
increased,
said in
and
his
the
team
technology
meeting,
is
we're
also
going
failing
deeper.
repeatedly at
There's
the site.
something
Parker
down
now
there.
has to decide.
That means
will
now
he continue this
digging
search?
will go
Whatever
deeper.
the risk, On will he stop
Actually,
as soon as
Parker
he finds
is sure
gold?
that the gold
But those
that has
who
been
know
found is the
Parker
tip
will know
of a
this
big
boy is
system.
not one to give
Just
up.
like
His
the first
plan
water
is
comes
clear.
out of a
If there
pipeline,
is something else
similarly
here,
this hall
then
may
I
be the
will not
beginning of
rest
a
until
hidden
I
vein,
find it.
an
And
ancient
now here
chamber
comes
or an
the
old
ending
mining
hook,
tunnel.
which will make the
Some
audience
experts
think,
also believe
is Parker
this.
standing at the
They
door
have
of some
tested
ancient
samples from
treasure?
Parker's
Is
site,
this going to be the
mining
biggest
sites.
discovery
That
of the
means
gold
something
rush?
is
Or has
definitely
Parker
hidden
touched
underneath.
something that should have
Now there's
remained
another
hidden?
story
Now the
going on
question is
here.
to you.
Is
Do
it
you
just
think
gold,
this is
or
just
is
a
there
matter
some
of gold?
other story
Or is
hidden
there a
behind
big
it?
mystery
Being
behind
the
it?
symbols,
Do
old
tell us in the
tools, and metal
comments
plates
below.
found by Parker's
Is this
team.
the last
Many
story of
historians
gold
and
rush or the
conspiracy
biggest one
researchers are
just
saying
beginning?
that this place
Now just
cannot
think the
be a
700
normal
ounces of
vein.
gold that Parker
Some even
Schnabel
say
has
that this
extracted.
place is
Was it
related to
just
the
a big
Templars or
jackpot?
some ancient
Or is it
group
the tip
who
of
used
some
to hide
centuries
treasure
old
hundreds of
treasure?
years ago.
The symbols,
There is also a
strange
theory that
tools,
Spanish
and old
miners
metal
once hid the
pieces that
treasure
came out
rush
of the
will not
ground.
remain
Are
just a
they all
matter of a
connected to
TV
some
show.
ancient
It will
story?
make
Has
international
Parker really
headlines.
found a real treasure which was
question
hidden
for
for so
Parker
many
now
years? Now,
he ready
this
for
question
this?
is not
Because
only for
the deeper
Parker,
he is
but
going,
also for
the
you.
more the
What
risk
do you
increases.
think? Was
The
this
soil
just
layers
a
are
big
getting weaker,
excavation,
the
or
water
is there
leakage is
something else
increased,
hidden
and the
behind it?
technology
Tell
is
us in
also
the
failing
comments below.
repeatedly at the
Has
site.
Parker touched history?
Parker
And
now
yes,
has to decide,
if you don't
will he
want to miss
continue
the
this
next
search,
big story
whatever
of
the
Gold
risk,
Rush, new
or will he
excavations
stop
and secrets
as soon as
to
he
come,
finds gold?
then subscribe to the channel
But
now,
those who know
because what
Parker
is coming
Schnabel
can be the
know this
biggest
boy is
blast
not
ever,
one to give
and
up.
maybe next time.
His plan is
not
clear.
just gold,
If
but
there is
some
something
hidden
else
truth
here,
comes out.
then I will not
so stay
rest
tuned
until
and
I find it.
subscribe to discover the
And
mystery.
now here